So, let's see how this looks. Wasn't sure. Guess it's okay. I'm sitting here in my kitchen at my kitchen table. I like to do these videos at my kitchen table because that's basically where everybody is the most comfortable. You can talk to your best friend at your kitchen table, or you can talk to your family. Anyway, it's just a fun place to do it, and you get to see there's one missing up there, the one that's up there, yeah, there. But I have 10 cast iron skillets. Most of them, a few of them I inherited from my mom. A few of them I got from antique stores, um, garage sales. I always like to get them used because when you buy them new, they have seed oils on them. That's what they've been, um, that's what they have been coated with. So, what does this say down here? Okay, I guess I'm still live. Yes, I'm still live. I don't know if anybody's gonna hop on. I have some subscribers, so somebody might see that I'm on, but it's the easiest way for me to get this onto my channel to do it live. And since I don't really know how to edit, live it is. I wanted to get on here because it's the end of the year, and a lot of people take um, you take an inventory of how your year has gone. And my year has gone pretty well. I'm surviving. I'm thriving. My husband died 3 years ago toward the end of the year in November in 2021. And after being married for 42 years, I had to learn how to do everything for myself. And I've been doing pretty well. I live in a great apartment in Maine, and I'm pretty happy. Just discovering life, waking up every day, being happy that I'm alive and a carnivore. And speaking of, so I don't know if you saw my post yesterday, and if I can share a picture, if I can figure that out, I will. But you can also look at one of my posts on Instagram or Facebook. My accounts. It's just Amy Fields Perrin on my accounts on both Instagram and Facebook. A friend of mine on Facebook that I met several years ago back in Louisiana, I saw a post of his, and he had a 10-year apart photo, one from 2014 and one from 2024, this year. And there's a big difference, and I have to say that he looked a lot older, and it just made me think, like, what would my 10-year apart pictures look like after being carnivore for 6 years? Now I'm 70, and it seems like once you hit maybe 50, was for me, because I looked young when I was young. I looked really young. At 40, I looked like I was 25. It's just some people age differently, and I did age like that. But when I was about 50 and actually going through menopause at 52, I felt like I was really showing my age. So I'm 70 this year, and I think I look pretty good for 70. When I look closely in the mirror, I see lots of wrinkles, and my body has lots of wrinkles, but I figured, that's that's aging, right? So I looked back at some pictures. I found a picture of me in 2015, but it was early in the year. It was in January, a picture I took with my kids. And I always thought this was a really nice picture of me. So I said, okay, that's a picture. I chopped the head so it could be just the headshot. And I found a picture from a few days ago. So there was 10 years difference. And I wouldn't say that I looked younger in the most recent picture, but I looked more vibrant. I looked healthier. Not really sure how. Some of my friends, so I posted it. Some of my friends said that I was aging backwards. I look close at myself in the mirror. I can see the wrinkles. I know my face is wrinkled. But there was something very surprising. I looked so alive, and my face was thinner and more vibrant looking. Now, what is that all about? So I went carnivore in November 12th, 2018. Hi. Thank you. And so that was 6 years ago. And so the first picture was from 10 years ago, and my face was fuller and looked kind of inflamed. And the recent picture was such a big difference that I was pretty happy with the results, so I wanted to post it. And I'll try to put it maybe as that, whatever I can figure out. But if I can't figure out how to put it on this, I will invite you to my Instagram page or my Facebook page so you can see it in my post. Thank you. I like bangs too. They hide the little wrinkles that we all get in our forehead. And anyway, so I also wanted to talk about that I do group coaching for diabetics. Now, I don't really usually like type 1 and type 2 diabetics, the idea of the two different diabetes being lumped together in one. But for my group coaching, I've not only blocked together type 1 diabetes, but also type 2 diabetes and LADA, L-A-D-A, which is it's basically getting type 1 diabetes as an older or as an adult. And lumping together with that too is just insulin resistance. So the Diabetes Carnivore Club is anybody who is interested in forming a group with other people who are all trying to be as insulin sensitive as possible, because we know that insulin sensitivity is a driver of good health. And you can hear all kinds of experts talking about this online, and it truly is. And the club, this is what it entails. We do a Zoom meeting on Thursday nights at 7 Eastern for an hour. We meet, we talk about our week, we talk about how we're getting more insulin sensitive, we talk about ways to become even more insulin sensitive and give support to each other in how we can use the carnivore diet for further healing. And if anybody's having problems with the carnivore diet or anything about getting insulin sensitive, we discuss it. And because it's a small group, everybody gets to talk in my group. If you have something to say or something to ask, you will be heard. And then during the week, we have a text thread so that anytime you need to get in touch with me, I'm available via text. And so we also share videos, and we share Instagram posts that we've come across that is about basic health, carnivore, or insulin sensitivity. And it's been a great group, and a lot of people that come, or the people that do come, that come month after month, they have told me how much they feel like it's helped them. So that's really cool. Now, then lately on the carnivore diet, because of what I've talked about the looking younger and more vibrant, and so many people get relief from their autoimmune conditions and joint pain and other health issues. Why does that happen on carnivore? And what I've been discovering is that carnivore allows us to get rid of inflammation. So it's inflammation in the body that plants are causing, or that not just plants, but any kind of processed food. So when you become a carnivore, you're giving up. What do you give up? So you eat meat and animal products. And so a lot of people are eating like beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, seafood, other animal products. What are other animal products? Dairy, cheese, heavy whipping cream, eggs, and pork, and venison, and lamb. Anyway, so that's what you're eating on a carnivore diet. But what are you giving up? You're giving up all processed foods. You're giving up all foods that contain sugars and carbohydrates. You are giving up all let's see. Well, that's basically any kind of processed foods, any kind of vegetables. And we find that vegetables have natural occurring toxins like lectins and phytates and oxalates, which can cause inflammation in your body. So what does inflammation do? I mean, when you get injured and the cut turns red, and the skin around the cut that's healing turns red, that's inflammation. So in your body, when you have inflammation, it causes, it can cause swelling, it can cause discomfort, it can cause, well, I'll tell you, back in, when was that? Back in the early 90s, I could just say early 90s, my husband and I found a diet called the Paracone diet. And this guy, Dr. Paracone, who wrote the diet, was a dermatologist. And he said he had found that wrinkles were caused by inflammation, and his idea of an anti-inflammatory diet was mostly it was salmon, wild salmon, and pears, and romaine. I should look him up because I wonder what he's doing now. But I have found that the carnivore diet gets rid of inflammation, and it makes your body what your body should be, as healthy as it can be. Now, of course, we come in with some genetic things going on, like my hands. The Dupuytren contracture in my hands is genetic, and the um, carnivore diet hasn't really helped that. So it doesn't help everything, but I've been helped with so many other things. Um, when because I was keto for 8 years before I started carnivore, I was already pretty healthy. I had been a very sickly child, and I had grown up with horrible headaches at least once a week, with the kind of headache that sends you to bed, and made me take handfuls, or I chose to take handfuls of aspirin or Tylenol or Advil, depending on what I was into at the time. I spent my 40s and 50s with lots of joint pain, hardly sleeping because of joint pain during the night, just getting sore by sleeping on a hip or a shoulder. And I found out that all of that is caused from plant toxins and blood sugar issues. And when I became carnivore, my joint pain improved on keto, but when I became carnivore, my joint pain completely went away. And I still have no joint pain, and it's amazing. I still have really good energy, and my blood sugars are better, and my inflammation is way, way down. As a type 1 diabetic, what they usually say about type 1 diabetes is if it's an autoimmune disease, and you probably have more than one autoimmune disease. Well, I don't. I have just the one, and I believe that is because my diet has been so good lately. Now, right now in the carnivore diet, I am eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, along with some dairy products. In September, October, and July, August, September, and half of October, I was on the lion diet, where I ate beef and salt and water. Towards the end of that, I introduced decaf back in, and then when the holidays approached, I decided to go ahead and add the other favorite carnivore foods in, which are bacon and eggs, and a little bit of dairy. So I added that in the second half of October and November and all of December. And that's where I am right now, because I had been planning, and I still plan to do a lion diet starting in January, and I'm also going to do a parasite cleanse. Now, the reason I'm doing the parasite cleanse is because, I'm just checking my, okay, you can see Santa. The reason I'm doing the parasite cleanse is back in 1995, I think, I'm not sure, I think it was 1995, I did a parasite cleanse. It was the Hulda Clark parasite cleanse, and it was several different herbs, and you did it, I don't remember how long you did it, for like 2 weeks or something, and at the end of the cleanse, it was a certain number of days, at the end of the cleanse, in very specific directions. The next day after the last day of my parasite cleanse, my insulin needs dropped dramatically. I ran low blood sugars the entire day, and after that, even though I did need insulin again, I needed much less. Like, I was able to lower my insulin requirements by at least 3 units, which I already was not taking a lot. So that was a big deal. And I've always thought about trying it again, and so this is the time, January. So I'm going to use David Wolf's Remove Unwanted Guests, which is basically an herbal parasite cleanse, just like Beholder Clark does. And along with that, I'm using the Oxy powder, which is a strong magnesium, and it's just to keep you cleaned out while you're doing the cleanse, so that if any parasites break off and need to get out, that they're getting out easily. And that is part of it. Then there's also activated charcoal, but I haven't gotten that part yet. I'm going to start the cleanse without that, and then when it comes in, I'll add it to the parasite cleanse. So I'm doing that along with lion, and this time my lion diet will be mostly beef, but if I find lamb at a good price, I will add lamb to it. But when I go on a lion diet like that, I'm always able to lower my insulin, and then I continue to walk every day. I find that when I walk about 7 miles a day, my blood sugars are so much better, and then I can take a lot less insulin overnight, but be safe about it. So last night I did go low during the night, and that was on 1 unit of overnight insulin. So tonight I will be cutting that down to half of the unit, and I'll probably be able to slide through the night without any lows or highs, I'm hoping. So I want to see what this says and how long we have been on here. And I wonder, 21 minutes, okay. Okay. I don't have anybody on here who's actually asking any questions about carnivore or anything like that, but I'll be putting this out. I want to say a little bit more about my group coaching. If you need coaching, if you need some support, join my group coaching. What you do is you just DM me. You can message me here on YouTube, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram and ask me about it, and I will tell you the particulars. It's just a small PayPal payment for the month, and then we work from there. And the people that have been in the group continue to get support, and they're doing really well. I wish I could see these without having to put my glasses on. So, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I think that is pretty much it. I'm trying to pick out a weekly time that would be good for a weekly YouTube live, and and then I have all week to plan it and figure out what I want to talk about, and maybe get questions from some of my followers, so I know what people want me to talk about. But I came on at about 2:30 Eastern, and on a Sunday afternoon. That may or may not be a good time. We'll see. But I'll be coming on live more often, and I hope that some more people will follow me. And if you like my content, then like this video, and then subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified for my other YouTube lives and anytime that I post a video. So thank you for watching today. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, that's what I have to do. How do I end this?